Carter, are you ready for our motherfucking jam of the day?
Yes.
Oh, let's go all the way back to 1999. This is a CD that I fucking bought and listened to so many times. This is Lit, Orange County's own, with my own worst enemy.
This is a CD I owned as well.
White CD with the orange rings, like easily identifiable.
And the lady on the pool floaty
on the cover,
the cover. I remember. I think it was not parental advisory, which is why I was able to buy it.
Yeah, they just dropped the one shit in this song, I think, and that's the and also in the song "Miserable," the first line is "You make me
come."
Yeah,
I was gonna bring that up. There's the part where he sings "You make me come," and it was one of those things where in the lyrics it was spelled C-O-M-E.
Right.
And I thought it was just like in the late 90s, early 2000s vagueness of like post-grunge lyrics where it's like, so far away, you come along, so far away in your eyes. Like, you know, it's just like, they're about nothing.
Right.
Maybe that was a way of him getting away with saying, you make me jizzy everywhere.
Yeah. Well, that video is them like crawling around Pamela Anderson.
Oh, yeah.
They're like playing on her shoulder and then they're like on top of her head. I think she eats them at the end or something like that.
I always was wondering if that was a Lit video or a Hardee's commercial. Could be either or.
They were both being produced around that time in the same way, so for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like I said, this is definitely a song I've listened to a bajillion fucking times. And speaking of the pandemic, when the pandemic started, that was one of the things I did was I went back and re-listened to this record and still pretty much know all the words too. I was just listening to it. I was like, it was weird because I was like, this is not that good, but boy, do I know every single fucking riff and every word of all of this.
Yeah. I would probably have a similar experience. Like, I full on acknowledge it's not very good or whatever. It's like the most commodified version of like whatever SoCal pop punk was.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, it's like, it's so unremarkable. It's like, yeah, I guess it sucks, but if it comes on in like a Target, I'm not going to be like, this fucking place is out of touch or whatever. I don't know.
I mean, this really is the perfect, like, if you just want to make a movie that conveys instantly that it is 1999. This is probably the best song to do that, or maybe the best rock song. I would say either this or perhaps All the Small Things or What's My Age Again or something like that. Like if you're just going for just like a rock song that you can hear and know, you're like, fucking, it's 1999. Yeah, you kind of can't go wrong with this one.
I'm not even going to look on the internet, but I'm going to guess this is on the Road Trip soundtrack. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. This song is featured in American Reunion, which is the American Pie. I think it's the third one, and so people are going to make reference to that here in just a moment.
Okay.
Well, let's get down to these comments here. Again, this is for Lit, my own worst enemy. First comment, JMCWD from 7 years ago. Alice in Chains just came out with a new album. It's amazing.
That's a burn. That's a low-key burn.
Just a public service announcement that if you're listening to Lit, my own worst enemy, guess what? Alice in Chains has a new album. You should hear it.
I feel like that's a burn. I feel like that it's like someone who's like you like played like something by like, I don't know, like Shinedown or something, and someone's like, oh, I love Creed. Like you're saying it intentionally to be like, all those bands suck.
Vibin' from 2 years ago. Ah, yes, 1999. The Millennium Bugs had scared many people. The Matrix had made a huge impact, and the bitch of Britney Spears was on every radio channel.
God, talk about someone who is like fucking like like as a society, like talk about someone who is emotionally constipated. It's like we're all past the whole like Britney Spears is crap. Like we're like we just feel bad for her now. Like she's like, you know, the amount of like insane intrusion into her life she occurred and like
she is straight up has like post-traumatic stress from 1999.
That's like someone who hasn't engaged with popular culture in like 20 years because they're like Eminem and Britney Spears is crap.
Also, those are the three cultural signifiers: Y2K, The Matrix, and Britney Spears.
Yeah. When was that comment left?
It was 2 years ago.
Okay.
So 2019. It was a totally different time.
Yeah, different time. Yeah. It's funny how accurate and inaccurate that is, but it truly was a completely different time.
Troy Wallett from 4 years ago. And again, this is not a response to anything. This is just a free-floating comment. Meet me in the streets, pussy!
You'd like to know who it's addressed to, but you really, this is something that you just kind of want to see it play out without an opposing viewpoint. I would like to hear this person scream into the ether. So
the year is 2017 and Troy Wallett wants to fight and he doesn't give a shit who.
Yeah, meet me out in the streets then, pussy.
This is another one very similar, just free floating, nothing attached to it. Jeremy Robinson 1 year ago. Ha! Ignore me, all right? You won't be able to ignore me when I come down there.
I suppose he's looking at YouTube from the third story of his house.
Don't make me come down there. Where? I don't care.
Yeah, his kids are all over the comment section of My Own Worst Enemy by Lit, and it's well past their bedtime.
So one of the things that made looking for comments on here so annoying was that there were, and I'm not kidding, hundreds of comments that said something along the lines of lit was lit before lit was lit. Meaning that they were using the expression lit before everybody else, because now people are like, dude, it was lit, but they were that before then.
Which people don't even say that anymore. That is like, right. That is completely gone by the wayside.
Right, but also like that expression "lit" is a shortening of I think an earlier expression when you were talking about someone being drunk, you would say they were lit up like a Christmas tree, and it's just a shortening of that. But anyway,
which is made reference to similar band Buck Cherry.
That's right. But so there was a bunch of those, and they were all stupid. But this one just stuck out because it just seemed like this guy was trying to get in on the act, but he didn't know how.
Yeah.
Steve the Pirate 80 from 1 year ago. These motherfucking nut sacks were lit before lit was a lit.
This is the thing when you can't tell a new joke, just tell an old joke, but throw in motherfucking nutsack, and that'll turn some heads. That'll swing some dicks.
I mean, it worked on me because I was so like, oh god, another lit is lit before lit, and then I found that one and I was like, okay, that's funny.
What would you say if that's I guess that's in the way where it's like, oh dude, like these guys are crazy, bro. I'm gonna tell you something right now. These guys over here, my friends are out of their minds. But what if this guy referred to you and your group of friends as these motherfucking nutsacks over here?
Jesse Ariaza from 4 weeks ago. Love it. Jim, Kevin, Oz, Finch, and the Stiffmeister walking into the American reunion with style.
Some people watched American Pie and they're like, these are my friends. I'm like, these are like your friends. Like, no, these characters are my friends.
Who's your best friend? The Stiffmeister.
The Stiffmeister. Oh, you mean your friend is like Stifler, Sean William Scott's character? No, he is him.
He is him.
He is him, and we are one sentient, horny person.
D.S. Connor from 2 months ago. The lyrics to this song is stupid. Reason? Because he says he didn't mean to say the things he said when he was drunk, but according to human science, the truth comes out when you're drunk. So your true opinions, they've been said. There's no point in apologizing because they were honest with LOL.
I know this is an auditory medium, but I'm pointing at my head right now because, like, see, when you listen to the human science, it really doesn't lie.
Human sciences, as opposed to the kinds that dolphins and giraffes do.
Human Science seems like a comeback album from Annie Lennox.
Yeah.
It would be called Human Sciences.
It's David Byrne and Brian Eno, Human Sciences.
Yeah.
Saying John from 2 months ago, I'm still pissed that my stepmom wouldn't allow me to have this song on my phone. She's close-minded and ridiculous, man. Just because the song isn't your style, I can't listen to it. Of course, eventually I ended up having it on my phone. I'm much older now anyway, and I can make my own rules, not her. She can't do shit to me now.
You can't hurt me anymore, mommy! I guess a lot of people just can't get over the fact that they don't have to live with their parents' rules anymore. And it's all this misplaced anger of being like, I can listen to Lit whenever I want now. It's like, yes, you can.
Yeah, no one will stop you.
I'm sure Lit appreciates it, but,
Hey, I've said this before on the show. The first thing I did when I moved into a dorm, I was on my own for the first time, was I went and bought a bunch of Capri Suns, and I got a cup full of ice, and I cut the corners off the Capri Suns and made myself a cup full of Capri Sun. No straws. I don't need your straws and pouches. Fuck you, lunchbox.
Yeah, I'm not going to be chained to the tyranny of straws. I won't do it.
This guy, I love this guy. I think this guy smoked a lot of weed. Juan Cardona from 1 year ago. Tried I have electric sleep dart itchy gas and made windows, and I found his little ass in the morning with his clothes folded and shoes on top, wearing reptilian shorts and sandals with a 60-ounce high-gravity hurricane and a jumbo, extra-long zigzag honey dip joint in his mouth. Wah!
A honey dip joint. That's downright folksy.
I was going to say, that's like, do people do that? I don't know enough about weed, but I was like, do people put
I've
joints
never heard
in honey?
I mean, I would assume that Sam is the podcast expert on weed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you can dip weed in honey. It seems like it would be hard to light.
Yeah, honey doesn't seem conducive to smoking. It just seems like it'd be gross, and it would maybe get on your hands and shit.
Yeah.
Mr. the White Prince from 8 years ago. At 40,
this name, I'm having some weird vibes about this name.
Those vibes will be shortly confirmed.
Oh dear.
At 43 years old, I am an old fart. This song is one of my favorites. Cool rap and hard. Besides, you can understand the lyrics. Makes other rap crap when you don't know what they're saying outside of Eminem, and he too sometimes gets unintelligible. I love that this guy thinks that Lit's My Own Worst Enemy is cool rap.
At what point does he rap in this song?
He doesn't. It's not a rap song at all. It is a rock and roll song.
So he assumes that newer music, all music past like 1985 is rap.
Is rap, yeah. The rap took over the rock. And this is the high water mark, but he likes it because he can understand what they're saying. M. Sadler, 111 from 4 years ago. Most alcoholics have to listen to this song and give a sly grin at the times, but we've all been through it, man. The car is where, I did what, and the girlfriend, she's gone. Yeah, sometimes I kick the living shit out of me. Great bit of lyrics there. And after a bit of healing, what do? Man, we go back for another round. Trying again to redefine the phrase, doing the same thing and expecting different results. Great song.
This guy has never drinking in his entire life. He's never had a drop drink. It's like that thing where it's like, man, when you get that cool buzz when you light up that first joint and you're like, oh man, the colors. Oh, the colors are coming at me hard, brother. They're coming at me real Marvy on a real groove wave. All the music, man. All I can hear is guitar solos, man. And all the cheeseburgers, they all taste like birthday cake. I'm like, you are a cop. All right, you are a cop.
That guy is a cop.
More clear cop. You are a cop, okay? And you're trying to, and I'm sure it's going to lead to that section that we always get to.
Oh, it's coming.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that is a cop. He's like, the best thing about drinking is how cool you feel when you get that first little taste of the buzz.
Mormon? Brother. I'm not a Mormon. What are you talking about?
Come on, we get down. Sometimes we stay up till 10:30.
Yeah. Jalen Roberts from 6 years ago. Wow. Is it just me, or can anyone else hear the beeping? Beeping. Can anyone else hear the beeping? And
really like that.
Just for the record, this video, it's the normal video. There's no beeping. This person is just sitting in their house and they've been driven insane because they forgot to change the battery on their smoke detector.
And really the local hospital should be tuned in directly to the pipeline of YouTube comments, because that seems like someone's last thought.
Yeah, you're listening to My Own Worst Enemy complaining about the beeping and the people that live behind the yellow wallpaper.
Does anyone else smell pennies? This song rocks. Does anyone else smell pennies?
You guys all smell that, right? Right? Hello?
Yeah, you guys all smell that, right? You just taste copper. It just tastes like copper.
Dexter Laboratory from 1 week ago.
The official account for Dexter's Laboratory. How cool.
This guy does need to say sorry for the things he says when he's drunk. My friend said he was working at a casino when the lead singer of Lit was at the bar drunk after a concert, and he pointed at him and called him Big Head.
Called him Big Head?
Big Head. And
what's up, old Big Head?
I read that and I was like, dude, I think Lit is cool again. Because that's a hilarious thing to say to someone. Because it's like, hey, man, hey, Big Head, give me another drink.
Hey, yeah, let me get a drink down there for old Big Head.
Because it's like,
and that's just a sourpuss being like, I'm not a big head, I'm a normal size head.
Yeah, dude, yeah.
Really normal.
People with big heads know they got big heads. They don't care.
I got a big fucking head. I got a huge fucking head, and it's real stupid, and I can't wear a hat. I get it, though. I get it. And whenever someone's like, you got a big old fucking head, I'm like, it's a normal size head. Doesn't matter. Whatever. You have a tiny little peanut head. Stupid. I mean, I look like anthropomorphized. I look like Super Mario. Like
DK mode on James Bond.
DK mode, absolutely, yeah.
So now I think it's time to take a seat because
your car is in the front yard. Is that where your pants are? You want to have a seat? You want to take a seat?
This is the Chris Hansen jailbait section.
What are you doing here?
Oh, the things you said when you were drunk was you solicited a child on the internet. So you can't actually.
Said, have you ever tried a BJ before? Now, what does that mean? You want to have a seat?
I am a queen from 7 months ago.
Mm-hmm. Go off.
This was my 7th grade yearbook quarantine song for this year because, oh boy, I was my own worst enemy.
Oh boy. We've all been there.
Oh, 7th grader, you can relate to this. Wow.
I was in 7th grade last year, and, we all know how this was the #1 song among 7th graders due to research.
Also, I like that it was in the yearbook, too. Like, they put in the 7th grade yearbook, like, the song that says, I kicked the living shit out of me.
Yeah, very normal, very not suspect. This is a child writing this.
Molly,
I also got to ask, is the grammar intentionally fucked up on these? Like, is like, are there lacks of periods and punctuation and stuff, or is it, like, perfectly punctuated?
I mean, that one, it's a run-on for sure. They should have a period instead of a comma, but they do attempt punctuation in that one in particular. This next one, there's no punctuation. It's Molly Rodriguez from a year ago. It just says, I'm 12 and I love this sping.
The FBI is trying to get more like, now you got to say baby words. Like, I'm 12 and I like sping. Like, talk with a lisp or something.
Like you was trying to type song, but you fucked up and you didn't give a shit. It's cute.
It's cute, and those perverts will love it. They'll eat it up.
Chrissy Johnson from 5 years ago. I'm 12 and this song scares me. Ghost emoji, ghost emoji, ghost emoji.
I'm scared and all alone. What is getting drunk? I've never tried it. I sure would like to.
Do you think I'd like being drunk?
Oh, don't worry. Getting drunk's not so scary, especially when you have a couple of wine coolers. Yeah.
Have you ever heard of Arbor Mist? You'll love it.
You'll love Arbor Mist.
Mad Dog 2020. They got a flavor called Bling Bling Berry. You like the Bling Bling, don't you?
That was actually my first drink. Was
Bling Berry?
It was Bling Bling Mad Dog.
Oh, boy.
Well, I mean, my dad gave me like a sip of beer before all that when I was, but like, the first time I drank on my own with the intent of getting drunk, drank a whole fifth of Mad Dog 2020, the blueberry.
Did you vomit it out? And was the vomit blue?
It was. It was an interesting science experiment.
Dude, I had the same shit, a red banana Mad Dog, actually. I can recall the exact...
think you're vomiting blood, right?
Yeah, dude. I can recall the exact night. It was the night that Al Gore hosted SNL and Fish was the musical guest. Because it was right when I was really getting into Fish, and I was like, oh man, the establishment's putting Fish on TV. Crazy. Glug, glug, glug. Vomit, vomit, vomit. Yeah. I didn't even make it to the toilet. I just puked in the shower. It looks like a colorized version of the scene in Psycho. Just the fucking going down the drain.
Oh my God. Yeah. I've participated and seen that happen to so many people.
The last one here in the Chris Hansen section is the Divine Zero from 3 years ago. I'm 14 and mainstream pop music is for losers. I'm brining in the wrong generation.
Brining?
Brining. Like the way I assume it's a misprint, but like you would brine a turkey. I'm brining in the wrong generation.
Right. Well, I mean, you got to get the buzzword out that, I'm 14, I'm alone, here's my address, I'm brining. I don't know. Again, that was the FBI right before. It's like, look, I've been here all weekend trying to catch these perverts. I just want to go home.
This is the official Marty Walsh YouTube channel from 9 months ago.
Okay.
Connection terminated. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Elizabeth, if you even still remember that name, but I'm afraid you have been misinformed. You are not here to receive the gift, nor have you been called here by the individual you assume, although you have indeed been called. You have been called here into the labyrinth of sounds and smells, misdirection and misfortune, a labyrinth with no exit, a maze with no prize. You don't even realize that you are trapped. Your lust for blood has driven you in endless circles. For most of you, I believe there is peace, and perhaps more waiting for you as the smoke clears. Although for one of you, the darkest pit of hell is open to swallow you whole. So don't keep the devil waiting, old friend. The end for all of us in communication.
Wow, that's somewhat. So how poetic for the comment to My Own Worst Enemy by Lit. Like,
how many times has that guy copied and pasted that exact thing across the internet in message boards, Facebook posts? Like that shit is everywhere.
That's for sure what it is. Yeah, he's copied and pasted it everywhere, and he just looks up like what he perceives to be popular songs and does it.
So for these,
you got to get it out there somehow.
So for these last two, these are both strings of comments from the same person, of two different varieties. One of them is spread out over a pretty long period of time. So what we're talking about is a guy who just keeps coming back to this video and commenting every time. And then we're gonna contrast that with the last comment, which is literally 33 small comments in a row.
Oh dear.
So this second to last one, Todd Campbell from 5 months ago. I'm 50 and should be asleep. Have to be at work in 5 hours.
Yes, you should, Todd. Yes, you should.
Have to be at work in 5 hours. This song is awesome, though. Very cool. Greetings from Kentucky, USA. So that was 5 months ago, and I just saw that, and I was like, oh, whatever. Kept scrolling. And then I noticed he came back. Todd Campbell again from 4 months ago. I'm off work today. I'm lit. Kentucky, and then it's a devil horns emoji, rock and roll. And then
methinks that was his last day of work.
You might be right, because Todd Campbell 1 month ago, I'm lit now.
I'm lit. Is what it is. I'm lit.
There's no more work. Not for old Toddy boy.
Oh boy, watching someone's downfall in YouTube comments is truly, it's why we do this segment. It really is. It's to help people.
And finally, this is what I mentioned. This is again 33. I counted comments that I just have pushed together into one. I think thought. I don't know if it's not coherent, but I think this is the general essence of what they're trying to get across. Evil Love from 7 months ago. Hello, honey. Though we are of no relation, I got a Labrador for sale. I got a pizza shop for sale, too, because we don't accept drug payments for pizza. It seems shady to me. Disassembled the pay device, including the cash register, in any of my stores. We don't accept plastic here, and can you please smack Cynthia and her kids? You gotta fight for your right to party. No alcohol allowed. Except mine. Now, is that blood there, not ketchup? The cops aren't going to do anything about it. I let my cousin drag his ass down the road. Road rash. Hey, was that your dad with all them staples in the back of his head? We don't pay to rake leaves around here. They are not paid for. They got threw out the house in Orange Park. They got evicted. He has to ask girls to get his dope. He burned all his connections. What was the name of that arcade Liz and Ben were at? I fucking hate Twilight. I fucking hate research. I hate that minivan.
I hate research.
I hate that minivan. I fucking hate Eastern sports. I fucking hate rice. No.
What?
No, Nikki. Obviously a person caught warts from you. No, I don't know anyone named Christopher. Punch Mary in the face. Thanks, Bill. Wheeler got dismissed from here. Hello, virgins. Ryan and Liz. Virgins. The backseat of Debbie's car in Florida must have been Lola's street. Those two dogs got their cherries popped.
Well, let me tell you, that person lives in a town of about 30 people.
Every person in the town is mentioned in that comment.
Right. When you have that little interaction with people, you try to fit it all in. You gotta be like, that old car don't work good no more. Also, I don't like rice. I don't care for Eastern sports. Also, I will say that weather is best sometimes in the spring. That old tree over there has been there since I was a boy. And they're basically trying to keep you there until you move through the next town, until you're done getting gas in that town. And all you can do is scream at them, I don't care.
Well, it was a pretty good tactic because I just kept scrolling and I was like, what is this person going on and on about? Like, that's how I noticed it, because as I was scrolling, I was just like, oh, this is the same person just leaving 33 comments in a row. It's insane.
Yeah, I mean, they're just they're trying to keep someone there just to have a face to talk to bitch about God knows what. It's when someone goes, I don't care, when someone's like, okay, thank you, and moves along, they're going to be like, goddamn city boy don't know shit and shine on, motherfucker. You think you judge me, you piece of shit. They go back to grumbling. But they really desperately want human interaction.
Yeah, and that one part really does sound like grumbling. I fucking hate Twilight. I fucking hate research.
Twilight, yeah, hot take, jackass. Twilight, yeah, it's for girls.
I like to think he means the actual time of day. Like, I hate seeing that sun go down in the evening, leaving me in darkness. How dare you, God?
Leaving me in darkness, reminding me of my loneliness. Yeah, I like it when people were all up Twilight's ass, being like, it's the worst. It's like, what do you like, real scary vampire movies? Is that your whole thing? I like Dracula. Dracula's so scary.
I hate research.
And I don't care for jealousy.
Oh, Christ. Well, and that is Lit, My Own Worst Enemy, our jam of the day.